Welcome back, everybody, to Inner Pop Podcast.
Yay! Clap, clap,
Yay! Oh,
clap,
I
clap, clap.
sniffled as soon as I said it. I was like, dang it.
It's okay. The sniffles
Oh,
happen.
I'm sorry, everyone who's listening to this. Don't listen to this episode with headphones. My allergies are so bad. My head's about to explode. I apologize in
Yeah,
advance.
I walk outside and turn yellow, green, yellowish green, whatever that color is. It's not good.
I swear it's crazy because I went, well, I say finally, I'm not like nasty or nothing, but like I don't wash my car
Mm.
that often, all right?
Nope, I don't.
Uh, at least not the outside. And I
Not
finally
this
went and
time of year.
washed it. Not this time of year. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Washed it, brought it back home, went back
Mm-hmm.
outside like 3 hours later to go somewhere else. Thing was
Mm-hmm.
yellow again.
Yup. This
My
is
car
why I
is red.
don't wash my car at this time of year. I just let it be. My car is dark green. It's currently like lime green. And I just have accepted this. This is what it is for now, and this is what it will be until it thins out some because I'm
Hmm.
not wasting my money on that. I thought about it, I heavily considered it, and I said no. The same day it's going to be yellow. I'm not doing
It's
that.
gonna go right back to being a lime green Ford Fiesta.
It's going to
There's
go right
no
back.
point.
I walk back outside to like do anything. Like I'll go walk outside to read my book or whatever. Like sit down, and when I sit down, just a cloud of it's like a cartoon, like a '90s cartoon, just a cloud of like puff.
It's like mushroom spores.
Literally. Oh, it's
Oh.
good times in the South. So those of you out there understand what's happening. I'm sure you have sympathy. You're sniffling yourselves as you listen. Maybe if
Yeah,
you time it, you
probably.
can sniffle at the same time. They won't even notice.
It's okay. We can blow our nose together too. Synchronized nose
Hmm.
blowing. Make a
That's
little
perfect.
musical out of it. Yeah.
Yes. You gotta have fun with it. It's fine. So I have my uh allergy supporting tea. It's not really anything like that, but it just helps keep my throat clear during the season.
Yeah. But
Mm. Allergies
totally,
aside, guys.
totally unrelated to what we're actually talking about today.
In
Ink, what
every
are we
way.
talking about?
Today, guys, we have strayed away from our usual, usual, but our lately usual music content. And we're gonna talk about a show. We've come back to our shows. Yay, everybody clap. I hope you're excited for this.
Yay.
I am excited for this. Today we are talking about Link Click. Extra yays for that because it's so good.
It's so
So
good.
good. Oh, we're talking about season one specifically, just so
Yes,
everyone's on the same page about it.
just season one. That's all we did for this one. Just season
Just
one.
season one. We will come back to the other seasons later, don't you fret. Um, but we decided to do this one because what we saw was there was some talk about maybe a little live actiony thing going on.
Hmm.
Um, so we said, "Oh, well, we've gotta recap
Yeah,
the
we gotta
show
catch up.
itself. We got to start with the original. We
Exactly.
can't jump in on the live action, which I'm hoping won't be rough.
You never know. You never know, I swear.
Never know. Never know. I'm hopeful for it, but we'll see because it is so good. I'm throwing it right into the Chinese bromance category. If you know, you know. If you understand, you'll get it. Because I feel like that's a good place where it lies, but like not quite, but it's got little sprinkles of it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's got some
Right.
sprinkles.
Right. It's got some sprinkles in there for sure.
Some sprinkles. Well, and nobody does a bromance better than China
Frankly,
for
let's be real.
obvious purposes.
First Chinese TV show I ever watched was literally a bromance.
Ooh, which one? You
I'm
remember?
trying to think of what it was.
Okay, I don't know
I don't
this one,
remember
but
what it
it
was called.
sounds interesting.
I'll have to look it up and find it again and send
Maybe
it to
we'll have
you.
to do
I
an
do not remember.
episode.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in like over a decade. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know it's gotta be old. If it was the first
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
we can find it. We'll see how well it holds up. But today we're talking about Link Click. The general overview of the show, guys, is we're following two guys who are living in this house, and they're making money to pay back landlady and her father. Landlady is also like the same age as them. And they do so. They have opened the shop and they're doing the things by doing a little bit of detective work. And the shop is essentially just people who find out things word of mouth, that there's a rumor that there's an old witch who can find information out from old photographs. So they bring it to the shop, landlady brings them the information, and then they dive into the photographs and find out information. Also, in some cases, security cameras. That was a fun trip.
That was hilarious.
That was a fun trip. Yeah.
And genuinely,
Um,
because he asked, he was like, so, usually I end up as like the photographer. Am I going to be the security
right.
camera? I was like,
Like,
he was like, no,
I
you
dive.
idiot. I was like, wait, wait, wait. I felt like it was a genuinely good question.
No, you idiot.
Maybe I'm as dumb as him too, but I was like, no, but
That's
how
so
this
funny
works.
because I agreed with Lou and I was like, no, that's. But at the same time, I was like, no, that's dumb. But then I was like, but would you be more like an invisible vibe? No, it's just you're there, everyone can
Yeah,
see
it's
you.
just you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought after he said no, it's stupid. I was like, oh, so like maybe
Mhm.
you'll be one of the shop owners since it's like their camera or something. Like I don't know
Yeah, I
how
was
this
like, oh,
works.
so you're the owner of the camera? I was like, there's maybe a caveat. No, but for plot purposes, you're just you and you're just there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, which is an important plot point. So they get the information from these photographs by one of them. Chung jumps into the photograph, he dives, and using his ability and becomes, like Issa said, the person who took the photograph. Right? Yes, yeah, took the
Yeah.
photograph. And gets to then relive the past moment. It's within a 12-hour period. Um but they work in tandem because Lou, who is our other partner, his ability, as I understand it, Isa, correct me if I'm wrong, because it took me a second to clarify exactly what was happening with his ability, is
hmm
to see the moment in that 12-hour window as it's happening, like the whole thing, and
Yeah.
then figure out if there's potential for them to find the information that they need within that moment. He looks for the like hope, the little window to get what we need.
Yes. Yeah. That is, yeah, that, at least from my understanding, that is exactly how that
That's my
works.
understanding.
I hope that ain't wrong. Let us
It
know, because
was
that was our interpretation.
right. It was a little convoluted in the first couple episodes because then after um they don't show Lou's ability the same way they show Chung's ability. It's like I don't know, like in the beginning they did the thing with the eyes and everybody's eyes flash and then they kind of like show you like they kind of showed you the little like hints
Right.
he was getting at it, but then they stopped doing that
Yeah, they
as we got
stopped
farther
doing
into the
it.
episode,
Right.
which was sad because when his blue eyes were like flashing, it was a wonderful moment.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was honestly pretty cool and kind of pretty. I liked it.
I enjoyed it very much so. Which, well, brings me to do we have a favorite character?
No. And listen, I always have a favorite character.
You do.
When I watch a show or read a book or whatever, I
Hmm.
always have a favorite I don't have a favorite character.
I love them both so
I
much.
love the
And
three main
Landlady, I
friends so
love
much.
the fourth girly with the ponytail whose name I can't remember right now. I was
Yeah.
just enjoying everybody who came across the show.
Oh,
All of
and
them.
we should probably go ahead and say this too. No, not spoiler free episode.
Hmm.
There'll be
Yes, not
spoilers. We're just
spoiler.
discussing the first season.
Yes.
So, if you don't want spoilers,
Spoilers
go
for
ahead,
first
hop
season.
off, go watch it,
Watch the show,
come
then come
back.
back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or if you're not going to
Um,
watch the show and you're lazy, listen now.
exactly. Yes, also a valid option. Um,
Yeah.
but yes, I was very upset. Wait, and I wish I could remember her name. My brain just wants to call her
I can't
Ponytail. That's
remember
why
it right
that
now.
feels
I
so
know.
mean.
I wish.
Um,
but I can't remember it right now, and it's
She
fine.
was
I
so
can't.
great.
She cracked me up. They're fighting. Excellent, excellent work.
I
So
was
good.
really mad. I was really mad. I was like, please, if y'all kill her off, if you kill her, I know, listen, I know, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I just got her. We feel like we just got her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we kind of
Mm-hmm.
did. We kind of just got her,
We did. We
right?
just got her at the end. Yeah, yeah. We
And
saw her briefly in the one episode, too, technically, kind of, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah.
I was literally like, if anything happens to her, I will kill everyone in the room and then myself.
I
That's
was
how
so
it
mad
felt.
about it. But then as soon as she came in saying I want to hire you, I knew something was going to go
Hmm.
awry because that's how all of the cases were working. I was like,
Right.
bad things are happening to everyone for the most part, with a
And
couple of
like, you're a
exceptions.
friend.
And you're a
So,
friend. It's like this isn't good. This is bad. And we've been following the serial killer. I was like, this is no good. Bad things are going to occur. I
hmm.
made my peace with it. It still sucked. And unless I blinked while I was watching, we don't actually know what happened to her.
Oh no, we do,
Did we? What
I
happened
think.
to her?
Wait, hold on. Let me
What
think because I
happened to
was
her?
second guessing it. I was pretty sure she was fine, right? They found
But was she?
her at
Where
yeah.
did they find her?
They found her so the serial killer,
I
well,
missed.
technically not the
I mean,
serial killer, but
is it
the
which
blonde
what we
guy.
briefly said that she was the one who was in the garage?
Yes, and then there was
Okay.
also like a little moment where you see her, she's like comes out of the hospital that they had her in as like, the
Okay,
video
that's
making
the part
sure
I
she
missed.
was fine and everything. And then the guy that she was wanting to be official with was there, and then they ran up and hugged each other.
Okay, that's the part that
Yes,
I
so
missed.
she
That's the
was
part that I
she was
missed because I
good.
was like, I missed
Yeah.
something. I know I missed something. I was like, I know they like found her, but I missed what happened to her. Like
Hmm.
the after. Okay, good.
Not completely
It's been a
unharmed,
long week,
reunited with her
guys.
man. Mwah, mwah. Well, they
As
didn't
one
kiss. They
should
should have, but
be. It's great.
it was great. She's happy, healthy, everything's good.
Yeah,
Um,
it's good. It was good.
can't say that for everybody.
No, not for everybody. Not for everybody. Poor Emma.
Emma, for starters,
Sucked.
God, I was so mad, but I knew at the one point where like it seemed like she was gonna be fine, and she like took the steps back towards back
Hmm.
towards the railing
Oh
away
yeah,
from the edge. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
it's not
But
gonna
then it
happen.
cut to a different scene, and I was like, oh fuck, she's going off the edge.
If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I think I knew from the start he wasn't going to be able to save that. I knew from the beginning that her story was not going to end well
Right.
because we were following the thread all that time.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, we're following the serial killer. We are going to figure out who that is. I didn't think we'd catch him. I thought there might have been
I
some more
didn't
going on
either.
there. I mean, technically we didn't, but that's a
Technically, we
whole different.
didn't though.
Technically we
Yeah.
didn't. That's a different thing. But I didn't think we would get that far. But then when they officially, I had the theory coming up to it that like it was an ability or something else.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I was starting to work through that, and then I was like, oh, we're gonna catch him, but we're not gonna get it.
Oh, right. Right. And I
And so
figured it
from the
would be
beginning,
a like possession thing. Like I was
yeah,
pretty solidly sure because I was
yeah,
like, that makes the
yeah,
most sense.
it's
It
gotta be.
does. Unless he has like a shape-shifting doppelganger type thing, it's gonna be
But
like a possession thing.
I was thinking unless he had an ability like they had that just allowed him to do something different, but then I was like, no, it wouldn't come out that way. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because once they started doing things and they had the like mask over in and we're making a big deal out of it, I was like, no, there's more happening here.
Right.
Like with the
Right.
comments he was making, the
Uh-huh.
thing was making, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess. I'm guessing somebody else is involved in this. I haven't quite figured out if it's like still some kind of ability or it is some sort of entity. I haven't figured out the
I'm not
difference
sure.
here yet. I'm not sure, but it's something. It's something. Um, which that's the overarching plot line, right? Which is a really good plot line to be following, like this whole serial killer deal, and that like the idea that obviously we threw off her past and so something had to go horribly wrong and so now we're on the edge of our seats trying to figure out what's happened to her throughout the whole show or the
Hmm.
whole season. But honestly, It was all of the individual storylines that really got me.
Oh
Like
my God. Yeah.
the overarching one, I was like, yeah, it's cool, it's fine. Would have watched the show without it.
Honestly, if even if just each episode was just
Hmm.
like its own individual
Standalone.
little
Yeah.
story, because like in a similar thing, not to the same degree. I feel like I enjoy still the overarching story of this one a little bit more than I did with like, which is this is by no means a fair comparison whatsoever. Um, but Supernatural, where in the beginning they were
Mm.
chasing these different types of creatures, you know? Like each
Hmm.
episode is like, oh, what are they gonna be? What are the boys hunted down this week? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it was something different. And then they
Yep.
introduced angels and demons, and then the whole show became about angels and demons. And that was it. And I was like, I
That was
kind of
it.
miss the little folk stories from episode
Yep.
to episode.
I did too. I
But
quit
that's
watching
that's
after a
the
certain period because of that. Not that I
right.
didn't like the show anymore, but that it was like,
No.
okay, there's only so much to be done with angels and demons, and I miss. And
Yeah.
so I just started watching other things. Still support the show and the boys and the things, but it was like, okay,
I have
this
my
isn't
other
natural.
they ran that thing into the ground. But
They did.
still loved the show. At some point, it eventually towards the end of it, I did start watching because they did like reuse the exact same plot point over and over and over again. They
Hmm.
kind of beat it
Hmm.
into the
Hmm.
ground. But that was separate from everything else.
Right,
Um,
that's a different. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
Tangent.
I do I think I really just like shows where they do those little like stories. And so I hope with season
Yes.
two, I hope like we'll still continue the overarching plot because I really like it and I think it's cool. But
Hmm.
also get to do some of those smaller stories again.
Yes, I hope season two and all that. I just hope that there's so more of the standalone stories because they're so good. And that's honestly my favorite category of things, especially for any kind of animated show. I don't care what the genre of animation is. Anything that does that is one of my favorite things. It reminded me of the way it kind of was set up like that, of the show, The Haunted House. Have you heard of this or seen
Mm.
it?
I've heard of it.
It's
I don't think I've watched it.
the Korean like animated one, and it's like these two kids who have a like 102-year-old goblin because the age is an important part of the plot, trust me.
Of course.
Goblin like living in their like haunted apartment building or whatever. And so it's them like dealing with like spooky mysteries and ghosts and all of these things with the goblin and their like little
Uh,
powers or whatever. And that's sort of the overall thing. Um and like there is this like overarching plot line a little bit, but it's like sprinkled out really
right.
slowly throughout the whole thing, right? And then each episode or two episodes or whatever are these standalone shows that are so emotional and make you like sob because it's you're
Oh,
dealing with ghosts, right? So you're seeing like children's ghosts and then like the first
right.
episode, not really a, you know, spoiler because like first episode is dealing with like a boy who drowned in the rooftop water tank. Like they come out hard, and each episode is like worse and worse. I mean, it's not literally worse, but I love that kind of thing where you're just getting real emotional episodes, just raw stories.
Right, right. Emotional stories, not children drowning in water tanks. Just to
Uh,
clarify.
it was an emotional story. Yeah, it was an emotional story. It was the story portion of the yeah.
But yeah,
But
no,
I
no,
love
I
those
I
kids.
definitely
Yeah.
feel that. Having those like those sweet, because I tell you, there was many an episode into this first season
Mm-hmm.
where like after to the conclusion of it, and the tears they started coming. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, y'all didn't
Eyes
have to do
watering.
that.
Like
I
I
was
didn't
like,
need you.
Jonah,
Uh,
you say funny.
yeah. Or when it didn't work out the way they wanted it
Yeah.
to, which
Hmm.
also just is heart-wrenching, but just as satisfying because that is how it works. And
Right.
I love that. Like I don't want it to be good all the time, which I know sounds weird, but especially in like standalone stories like this, when you're dealing with content like this, I don't want everything to be okay all the time. It feels too fake.
Right. Right.
Which I know we're dealing with like supernatural abilities or whatever, so like it's as fake as it gets,
Very
but
fake
like
show. But
It's important to the emotional quality of it. That's what gets you invested.
right, right. I get that. Because once
So,
I don't know, because it sounds it's like it feels kind of gross. I don't know how to put it, but if it's a little strange because like it's like when everything every if you when you get just a bunch of happy stories back to back to back to
mhm.
back, it gets kind of boring. Not to listen, a
I
happy
get
story is
what we're
nice. I
saying.
like those
Yes.
things. I like when things turn out like that. I love it, right?
Yeah.
But there's just if
It's
anything, maybe
monotonous
it's
is the word
more
you're looking for.
monotonous.
It's
Yes.
one tone. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
only on the same wavelength the whole time.
Though if I get too
Which
many negative stories back to back, I just start
I
getting
feel the same
angry.
way. I feel the same way. Yeah, it's also monotonous. I mean, it's
Yeah.
anger versus just boredom, but like it's the same feeling of like I don't want this anymore. Like there has to
Right.
be we
A
have to be able to
mix.
walk that balance. Yeah.
Hmm.
My Daily Dose of Sunshine is a Korean drama and probably the only K drama I think I've ever seen in my life, all the way through start to finish. But it's the same thing where there's just a mix of ups and downs. And honestly, I don't think I've ever sobbed more at a show in my life. I sobbed literally every episode, just sobbed, sobbed,
Oh,
sobbed. Excellent show. Recommend it to everybody who'll listen, but it is what it is. But same thing, like even with those sorts of emotions, it's not all ups, it's not all downs, it's not all middle of the road either. And there's, multiple plot lines happening, but it makes you're along for that ride and you feel more okay with those changes. They're
right.
just more those are the stories that stick with you too. They're just more memorable.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely more memorable.
Speaking of
But
memorable stories and plot lines, do you have one that stuck with you the most? I'm
well,
not saying a favorite, but just
right.
what
Right.
comes to mind first when you think about the plots.
I I really liked and maybe so this was the episode that was like technically it was a side story, right?
Mm.
It was like a little filler thing, little filler episode, 5.5. Um with the old couple, the old man that
Mm-hmm.
he wants to marry the girl so he has to go fight her dad and he fights her dad
Mm.
every single year. And the reason that one it sticks out to me and why I liked it so much was the fact that like at first I thought that he was still going to be young, at least young-ish. I didn't think he was going
Mm.
to be a literal grandpa in the,
Really?
the modern day and
Oh,
age because you don't see him like come into the shop or anything. And when it
yeah.
starts the story, everybody's young when it's starting the like description and then everything that she's saying, the way she's describing it, and everything you're
Mm-hmm.
finding out about them, and then he comes in and he's old, he's old, and I was like, how old? So he's
Mm.
like got to be 70s, right? How old is her dad? Why is he still kicking?
Look, hit that Tai Chi man, you just be living forever. I don't know what to tell you. He's practicing he's got his
It's that special
cultivation
move he
down.
had.
He's learning like
Hmm.
he would be one of the cultivators from, that period drama. He'd be out there doing that move where you like ride on your sword, fly on your sword. You know what I'm talking about? He'd be getting it.
Swear to God, because like, how else are you? How have you lived that long?
I mean,
It's
it's not
crazy.
how have you lived that long, because we know you can live that long, but it's how you live that long and still kick ass. That's
Yes,
the
that
important part.
exactly.
Is the kick
Yes,
ass part.
the kick-ass part. It's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn. And he's
Um,
still climbing them stairs. I know he's climbing
Still
them
climbing the
stairs,
stairs.
and I don't know how. Couldn't
I
be
mean,
me.
that man hadn't walked down off that mountain ever in his life. No, he had never gone down. He ain't going
Everybody
down those
that's come up
stairs.
those stairs, he's been like
He's looking
elite.
over the edge of them stairs, just judging the entire town. He's looking down like, oh, those village people.
You're all weak. You'll never
Oh,
meet me.
no, you're not
He
a
was the
martial
boss
artist,
in
Emily?
in that
Hmm.
village. He was the video game boss.
I don't know, but all I can think of like is Donkey Kong at the top of the rung
Oh my
throwing the
God.
barrels down.
Why didn't he ever do that?
I bet he did. You know he did. You know he saw that man walking up the stairs for the 50th year in a row and he threw something at. You
He said,
know he
"Aw,
did.
shit, here we go again."
Shit, not again. Not this year.
God. But yeah, I really like that one just because it felt so out of left field, which makes
Yeah.
sense with it being like a side story and everything, but I did like it.
It was definitely the only one that was like cushy, heartwarming start to finish.
Yeah.
Um, Despite a slightly weird anticlimactic ending,
But still cute.
but still cute, adorable. Yeah, I think I maybe not shockingly because writer brain, but I was not surprised that he was old because we're bringing in the old photos, right? Like we got to have the old photo, or not the old photos, but she said old photos, and so I
Right.
was like, okay. And he's been doing it, and she started telling the story, and I was like, okay, everybody's young, and then she started going on, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be like in his 50s, and then he wasn't, and that's the part that
Yeah.
got me.
Yeah.
I was like
See, I expected
expecting
him to be
50s.
older. I didn't
Yeah,
expect him to be old.
I was expecting old. And then I was like, maybe, you know what? Maybe he's not that old. They just made him extra wrinkly. I was trying to like justify
Yeah.
it in my brain.
Maybe it's just the
It's
stress because he still
it's
hasn't been
just
able to marry her.
it's just the walking up the stairs all those years. They're really
That's what it was. Yeah.
but it was a good plot line for sure. I enjoyed that one. And also just my man getting to go back into that for 12 hours and just getting his ass kicked also. He was like so confident. He was like, I got this, I got this.
I
And he
got
did
this.
not.
Nope. Not at all.
Not even a little bit. And it cracked me up. It cracked me up. Um, because throughout the entirety of the show, we do see him kick ass more than once.
But
Like,
I also love
clearly.
that that man became his teacher.
I love that too. That was such a good callback that he was like, oh, the moves I learned from him. And I was like, oh, you went
That was great.
good.
And it
Because I
made
was
that
trying to figure
episode
out.
feel less filler. Because you know how a lot of
Yep.
shows they'll have like filler episodes, especially between
Hmm.
like some really dramatic plot point, which it was in between, right? Just to sort of like
Mm.
keep people on suspense or like give people a little bit of a break if it was too much suspense. I don't know. But like they like
Yes.
to do that, right, with shows. But it's still it made that episode. So sometimes usually it's like an episode that's like an entire separate thing. It'll be like a beach episode. Oh look, all the characters are taking a trip to the beach. Woo!
The beach
And
episode. Oh my, the
like
anime beach
totally
episode.
unrelated. Yeah, yeah. And it'll be something entirely unrelated. But I like that this one was still related and still tied it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have no idea that it's still tied in until you get to the end. Like you're like, okay, I get it. I was along for the ride. It was great. I had a good time. Great story. And then you get to the end and you're like, and it's fantastic. So good. Because I kind of figured just with the last episode, as happens a lot, we were gonna have callbacks to a lot of them, especially because we were pulling in, some of the older ones. I didn't think it was gonna do it that way though, and I really like his little monologue there about it.
Yeah.
Um, everything he kind of experienced and learned, because we're also going on this journey with him. I mean, he from the start, from day one, not day one, but episode one, because they've been doing this for longer than we get the episode. But like from the start, you can see he's struggling with this because each case is clearly made things worse and worse for him, trying
Right.
to, come to grips with that. But then you get to see the progress he's making, right? But also not quite, because you're not really sure if it's progress or if it's just him like shutting down his emotions to things.
Hmm.
For me, anyways, I just how because it was like, okay, are we becoming more analytical about things, or are we like taking things like I wasn't fully sure. I had my guesses, but I wasn't
Right.
fully sure. And it wasn't until he made his little speech to her that I was like, that's where your head's been at.
Yeah.
It was just satisfying.
It was very
Um,
satisfying and slightly relieving in a
yes,
way.
slightly relieving. Slightly relieving. Because I love Lou and his slightly detached self from the work. We don't
Hmm.
need two. They have to balance each other
Yeah,
out.
no,
Otherwise, it
there's
doesn't
gotta be
work.
balance. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We,
That's what makes
I
them
mean,
work.
that is like literally Lou said, our abilities complement each other.
Complement
Well,
each
so do
other.
your
Yes.
personalities. So do your personalities.
Exactly. They are fully complementary. And I love it.
They
I
are.
love having two sides of a coin working in
Yes.
tandem.
So good. I mean, it's definitely like the Sherlock Watson vibe in terms of like we have our two different personalities and our two, and here's the thing. But it's
Hmm.
not because they have their own strengths and we get to see that from the start and they have their own, complementary things happening. So that brief period there where it felt like I was kind of losing that side of him sucked for a minute for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely it honestly that about had my nerves tore up more than anything else in that show.
A little bit. It did a little bit. I was I was real worried about that
I
because
was like,
if
no, please be okay.
oh, if we lost that personality, could you imagine? Oh no, no,
At least until the end.
right. Well, I was really worried that they wouldn't give us that reassurance in because I knew we had more than one season, right? I was really worried it
Hmm.
was gonna leave on a cliffhanger and we weren't gonna get that from him and we were gonna leave with like him still being really broken. And I was
Right.
really worried. Especially after I saw Girl go over the edge, I was concerned.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay,
Of
this
course,
might
then it
be
only
it.
got worse. And now he's
Right.
gone over the edge for other reasons, but that's neither here nor there. That's that's a different spiral. Um, that's a different spiral, and I have feelings about that.
But I am fully ready to start. Like, I want to start season two because I want to know. I want to know what the fuck.
I know, I know. This may be like one of those things where we just have to follow it up with season two immediately because now I have questions that need to be answered and I need to
Uh-huh.
know, are we okay? I mean, of course we're
Yeah,
okay. We have
of
more than
course
one
we are.
season, but like we have to if
Exactly.
I don't accept any other answer, then we're not okay.
I just don't like I don't like it. I don't like
I'm not
the
on it.
it's somewhat the less confirmation. You know what I mean? Because like
Hmm.
of course there's season two, right? And there's
Right.
season three.
Right. Right.
However,
But I need more. I need more. I need to see him. I need to see him. Thank you. I
I
need
need
to
to
see
see him
him.
hop up and do a little dance and know
I
everything's
need to
fine.
see Lou. I need
I
to
well
see
no,
Lou.
listen, if he does a little dance, he's probably not okay.
No, he's probably not okay. I
But
was gonna say, hold on. If he just hops right up and does a little dance, we're seeing his soul, and I don't trust that. No, no, no.
dude is heavily concussed at the
Right, right, right.
best. At best.
Yeah. At best. At best. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't trust that. But I am excited about it though, because if I'm being fully honest, I didn't expect everything to have a happy ending because we were doing so much altering of pasts. I
Right.
knew something was going to go wrong somewhere. I kind of thought it was going to be Landlady, if I'm being honest,
Hmm.
for just like the briefest of moments there
Right.
because we were so focused on her in that last episode, her and those last couple, her and her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Um Yeah, I wasn't prepared to have to shed tears over Lou. I was very upset about that. She's ready to
I
throw
was,
hands. That was my boy.
see, I was worried because of the conversation that she was having with her friend, well, at least who she thought was her friend at the moment, but like about the two of them, because I was like, okay, we're talking a lot about these boys right there. And usually, if we're getting like real deep and sentimental talking about two characters, usually that means something bad is going to happen to one of those characters. So, who's it going to be?
I didn't expect it was gonna be Lou per se, but then it was like as soon as I saw her eyes, I was like, it makes total sense because if you're going to hurt him, there was no better option.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
I mean, there was no other acceptable way to go about that.
Yeah.
And I thought landlady for a second, just because he would have also cared about her given their history, and that would
Right.
have also hurt him just as much. And so I was thinking, like, okay, she's been such a big focus. And we,
Which that almost happened too.
right. And it
Almost.
did almost happen.
I was like, you motherfucker, put that shit down right now. I swear to
Right.
God.
Right. So I was like, okay, okay. And, but then things occurred. And I was like, okay, this is the route. I've made my peace with it. I accept it. I get it. I know we're gonna come back. There are more seasons. It was just annoying. It was annoying.
See,
Fine.
I'm not good at making my peace with stuff. That's where like, no, 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 no. I need to watch the like a conclusion
Mm,
or something happen out on the screen. Otherwise, I'm like still like even if I know like yeah, I know everything's fine, but like I
mm.
don't feel like I know. You know what I mean?
Anyways, um, any other plots you want to talk about from the show or anything?
Well, you never mentioned your favorite character or your favorite episode.
I definitely don't have a favorite episode. There were so many good moments that I had, I think, versus like a specific episode that stuck with me. Just so many good moments. Like, I specifically like the moment where, and like as you know, not in a good way per se, but like I like the moment where um we realize, which I already knew, but where we realize definitively that Lou lied to him about the
Right.
earthquake and
Mm-hmm.
changing that. Um, because it was just such a good, like I knew beforehand. I knew the second he said, "Okay, I'll help," he lied straight through his teeth. I knew
Yes.
immediately. I was like, "You
Yes.
lying, lying man." But I also agreed with him because like I get it. I understand what's happening, right?
Right.
And I get the point of like his concern not being everything has to stay perfect, but being we can't make things worse because you
Right.
don't know if this is going to make things worse or not. And so I got that, but it still hurt
Oh, it
watching him
still hurts
realize
so
that.
much. Yes.
Watching him realize and not understanding that that's why hurt even more because he didn't get it in his head. He's dealing with his trauma and he's dealing with feeling all of these things that this person is feeling and experiencing, and he's like it's almost impossible to understand the idea even if it had given a chance to explain it to him, and that it's not until later and circling back again, like things kind of coming full circle a little bit, where he realizes later when he finds out like Emma is the one who's gone missing.
Mm.
And then it's like, oh, I get what you're saying now. I get it's not a matter of what if we make things better. It's a matter of we can't make them worse. And you can't predict. You can't have any possible way of knowing. So I like that moment specifically where he figured that out. I also liked the moment with, I mean, in the same storyline, like specifically where he like realizes like Lou wasn't lying to him about any of that. Like, do whatever you want to with the argument or say whatever you want to with her, like make the promise, do these things. Because and then he realizes this later and he's saying like because it's about in this case like you can't change those things. You can't save those people, but you can save the person who is already alive and help them come to terms with
Right.
things. And that was so important as well. Like I don't know how to describe it. It was just such an important revelation to me. It was fantastic. So that entire little section, because it plays back into these things we've been learning about him this whole time, and it was a good parallel. I like the way it was done. So that one for me sort of stuck out a little bit. The noodle shop one kind of cracked me up. Like the moment he realized, like, oh, she's the one who changed. And I was like,
Right.
it took you guys that long to figure
Like,
it
huh?
out. Like, I knew the second she walked in and said, give me this recipe, I knew she was the problem.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. It was like, let me give you a pat on the head now. Good job. You got there in the
It's like,
end.
it felt like being a parent. It was like, good try, sweetie. Like,
You're
good
doing
job.
great. Ugh.
Doing great. I was like, but actually, rough work. We should have gotten there earlier. We should have known
Uh-huh.
from the start. And I get we just take the job no matter what. But it was like, guys, come on. Come on.
Right.
It
Come
wasn't
on.
hard. So that was funny. And just like the little moments, I think all of the interactions between them are my favorites. Just their back and forth, their banter, their
Yeah.
clear care about each other, the little things like Lou being the one who bought the bubble tea for them
Yes.
after the fight, kind of like we haven't talked to each other in all this time, but about like things like that. It just warmed my heart.
Just so sweet, just so wholesome. And so it's
Yeah.
such it's a nice representation of a friendship.
It's the bromance.
It's the romance.
It's the romance. It was good. But it was all those little moments for me, all those little
Mhm.
things that really tied in together. I just loved. It was just really well done. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure we can talk about like, yeah, I wish this wasn't, or I don't want to do that because I just enjoyed the overall ending, or like not ending, but like what we ended up with, the
Right,
whole
right.
thing.
Which, speaking of endings, because
Yep.
now I'm just curious. Do we know, is season three like the ending?
Um, I don't know. Let's find out. You can listen to my keyboard for a second, guys. No, season three is not the final season. It's just confirmed to be the third. I mean, it's a donghua, so I'm pretty sure it'll just keep going for a while. So,
Fair enough. My
especially
heart is
given
happy
how
now.
popular it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and if it is a donghua, I'm assuming it was based on a book.
If I can read it, I will.
I'm pretty sure because if it is a donghua, well, in theory, it might just be.
I would
A lot of times they are, but it
it
may not be. It is not.
could be
No,
like a web. Oh, dang.
tragically original production. But there is an official English novel adaptation
Ooh,
titled
fancy.
Shiguang Dai Lirin, which expands on the anime's depths and backgrounds. So it's like a side by side sort of deal.
Ah, I see.
Seems like,
Okay.
yeah, where you just get a little bit more. But one thing I thought about was the intro. We haven't talked about yet.
Oh,
And we have to talk about it because intros, especially with an anime, like an anime or the donghwas or any, they go so hard for no
so
reason.
hard for no reason.
I mean, like a donghua
Like,
intro, so good.
who made that?
Yeah, I
Who did it
I
first?
I haven't gotten around to it yet just because I haven't had time, but it's been on my list to go and look to see if I can find it like on YouTube Music to put into my
Right.
rotation because I
Right.
want to listen to it all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah. And in the same
It's
vein, the
literally,
ending song also
yep.
so good.
I was like, man, listen.
The like outro. But listen,
I
period.
haven't I haven't loved an outro song this much since I think the last anime song I loved this much, at least that I heard more recently because I was late to watching it, but Bleach,
Hmm.
Ichigo's theme song that he gets,
Mm. Okay, okay,
which I'm like,
okay.
why does he get a whole theme song with
A whole theme song.
lyrics and everything? Sang by
Why
a black
not?
woman. I'm like, what? But it's so
Look,
good for no
if you're
reason.
gonna have look, if you're gonna have a whole theme song just to yourself, it must be sung by a black woman. What do
It
you
must
mean?
be.
It must
It
be.
must be. I need to know her. I need to know her. I need to meet her in person. Shake
I
her
need
hand, give her
to
a high
meet
five,
her.
give her a hug. I don't know,
Yes,
whatever she wants. Give her all my
I need
money.
something.
Take it.
Make another one.
Make another one. Please, I'm begging you.
No,
But no, I
because the intros go so hard. They go so hard. But more to the point for me, the outro also went really hard. And
so
it's
hard.
hard to find. I feel like sometimes they don't always match up where like the intro goes super hard and the outro, I'm like, skip, skip, skip.
Yeah, yeah. It was
I don't
hard to
like
try
both the
and
same way.
skip this one though. It was hard to skip either.
It was hard to skip either one. There were a couple episodes I had to listen to like on a slightly faster speed.
Hmm.
Just because I was multitasking a little bit, so it
Yeah.
helped keep my attention. But even doing that, I had to listen to the intro. I had to listen to the intro. And I had to listen to the outro. And I have no regrets about that decision. I vibed every time. It was
Absolutely.
it was I it's one of those things with the intro where like it's so good that I'm concerned if they changed it for the other seasons, it might not be as good. It's that
It
kind of good for me.
but I feel like because it's so rare that you have a show where the intro and the outro are both phenomenal, I feel
Hmm.
like they have to at least make the next ones good. I feel like they can't do a
Yeah,
bad one. You know what I
you
mean?
can't do a bad one. But it's like, but I'm more. It's just that like seed of doubt in my head where I'm like,
Right.
oh, but
Maybe they'll
but
have the same
mm,
people do it. The same people make the music.
that's the that's where things go wrong. If you don't have the same people doing it, then you've ruined everything. It would be
Right.
like, you've done your like Creepy Nuts intro song, right? But then you
Hmm.
get somebody else to do it for the next season. It's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the
Not the
same.
same.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but there's that. And then I also don't think I have a favorite character, but I do love Lou just the teeniest time. I'm talking like a sliver. I'm talking like
I
hardly
knew
even
that.
noticeable more. Yeah, yeah.
I could smell it off of you.
The
I knew it as soon as
sliverest
I
more.
started watching it. I was like, oh,
I know.
yep.
That one's for Ink.
Yep.
That's the one.
Ink calls dibs. I know I started it first, but Ink calls dibs. I'm leaving that one alone.
Issa called dibs for me.
Don't worry. I always keep your spot in line.
You, that's the important thing. That's true friendship, guys. Knowing your
Mhm.
friends well enough. Yeah, no, just the tiniest sliverest more because if we're being perfectly honest here, man did not get the same amount of screen time at all. At
No.
all. And I'm not even talking about seeing him, I'm talking about just his voice as well. Like he did not get the same amount of time.
Right.
Um,
Right. Which I
I
understand, like doing the whole stories and like,
uh-huh.
he's not the one hopping in the picture. So I
Right.
understand, but like also could be a little more.
He could be a little more.
A little bit.
We could have just
A
had a
little
little
bit.
more. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
minded if the episode was a few minutes longer. Just a little
No.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
Absolutely.
It's okay. Maybe we'll get a little more in the next seasons. I've been holding out hope for that because love him. But realistically, just the pair of them. I mean, all of them, but just the pair of them together, so good. It's so good. I
Yeah.
love them both for different reasons.
And I know they were, but I feel like they were made for each other. You know
Yeah.
what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Yeah. Like, I know they
Like
were
they're too
literally,
complementary. I know they were
yeah,
literally made for each other, but like
right.
they feel like they were made for each other.
But it feels like organically they're made for each other.
Yes, it
Like you
feels
can
natural.
yes, you can tell sometimes when character like we're forcibly writing it in to be like, oh, they're made for each other. And but this is a characteristic of the Chinese bromance that they do so very
Mm?
they have mastered this. It's a very satisfying thing. And it was good. It was well done. So yeah, that was my character deal. But oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, but just the I know Landlady was comedic relief, but just having done so in just the most argumentative, volatile way, so good. Like she's so smart, and they leave her as being so smart, which is so important because, especially as
Yes.
being the only female character we see throughout the entirety of the show, she's
Yeah.
so strong, such a solid character. Um, and is so smart with comedic relief a lot of times. We don't
Right.
lean into that.
And
And
she
she is
also
just
didn't feel very, because you know how a lot of times there, anytime there is like the comedy relief character, they feel very like shoved in there. You know what I mean?
hmm
She also feels like very naturally a
hmm
part of the world and the environment and the main friend group. And like she doesn't feel like just this side character. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. And doesn't even feel like organically feels like she belongs in the group. Like it doesn't even feel
Yeah.
like, oh well, this is just the boy who was orphaned in my family's apartment building and we just had to take in and so I'm just here and like no, no. She you genuinely they cared about each other before that. They were friends before that. And it's just organically they
Yeah.
fit
It
together
shows.
their dynamics.
Hmm. Hmm. So
It
I really
was
like
well
that
done.
too. Because
Yeah, I
genuinely,
did
I
too.
feel like you see a lot of side characters like that who, like, technically she's a side character, but she doesn't feel like a side character.
No,
You know?
not at all. Well, and even her friend, Ponytail, who I really should have double checked her name. My bad, girly. Sorry, but Girly Pop, who we see this character come in, who we know it's not going to be like a permanent addition or anything, but she's coming in. She's got this dynamic. She's French. She's dressed in the crop top. She's dressed in the shorts, right? Like she's coming, but they still let her be mad smart. They still let her
Yes.
argue and do these things, and she was just such a good she felt like she belonged in this world. She belonged like she hasn't been here through all of this time, but I can feel the dynamic. Like she clearly knew them already, both the boys, and
Yes.
it all felt natural. Like, okay, this
Hmm.
isn't somebody who's here all the time, but is here enough to have this rapport with them, and it makes sense.
Yes. Like they genuinely felt like an actual real life group of friends.
Yes. Yeah. It felt I had no issues believing or understanding any of it.
Hmm.
Like it was solid, and the way all of the sidelines were handled, side plots or whatever we want to call them, the B stories, the sort of standalones, the way all of those characters were handled was also done with such care. Like it just
Hmm.
from thing to like the parents who lost their son, we could have so easily handled them differently,
Yeah.
but we didn't, and it was just
The
so
mom
good.
broke me. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
broke me. Her watching the cartoon for the first time, seeing that hurt a lot.
Yeah. It hurts
Um,
so much. And
because I
saying
felt that.
everything that her child had said
Yeah,
while
yeah.
watching it. Yeah. Mm.
It was something that like even if you don't have kids, you can understand that break, that shift.
Yeah.
And it was a great way, I think, to show that, and that her husband also was treating her the way he was during that time frame as well, and wasn't
Yeah.
remotely upset with it, and wasn't like I mean, it was just the way they handled that entire plot was really good to me.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's just the care with which you handle your characters as a writer shows. Even your smallest character is seen in your story, whether it's something that you're reading or watching or just hearing, that care, your reader, your audience, whatever, they're going to feel that. And that's what this is for me. I mean, even the smallest of characters, the smallest of plots, all of it was handled with care and respect. And you can tell there was just a lot of thoughtfulness to it,
Yeah. Absolutely.
which is hard to say for some stories. I mean, like, especially, I'm not going to call things out, but like, it's some people just do not put enough care into their characters.
Because I swear, the whoever wrote this, it treated their like one use characters better
Hmm.
than some people treat their main characters.
Yes,
I
that
swear.
part. That part. And take note, guys, that these main characters and their minor characters, even, they're going through awful things, right? Like, it's not like we're
Hmm.
literally treating them better. They're going through awful things. But it's
Right.
the way in which we're handling them and telling their stories that makes all
Yeah.
of the difference.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. That's my little writer's tangent. I have to analyze a little bit, but that's my little TED Talk done. Sorry. I had to analyze with this one because it was so good and I could tell watching it. I was like, whoever wrote this loves this story, this world.
Right. Definitely. Because you can tell.
Hmm.
You can definitely tell with stories if they actually care or not. Or if they, well, I mean, not necessarily care, but like if they're really, really into what they're writing and they really, really, like,
Hmm.
some writers care for what they've written like a child,
Hmm.
like a
Hmm.
mother and a
Hmm.
child, and some don't. And I feel like this writer or these writers, I'm not sure, uh, did.
Yeah.
This is their baby, and you can tell.
It was really handled well. And I have no other notes on that. I'm just really hopeful that season two carries that same thoughtfulness with it because that's what makes the
Hmm.
show. So I'm really hopeful. I'm certain it will if we're hanging in with the same people. I'm certain we're in for some more great stuff. So hang in with us, guys. Come on that journey because I can tell you right now we will be going over season 2 and definitely season 3 later when that comes out. What I guess the October sometime.
Yeah, October for spooky
Stay
season.
tuned for that. Oh, yes. Can you imagine sitting watching this in the fall, get all nice and warm and cozy, get your warm beverage, and it's like the leaves are outside changing, and you get to like
Yes.
make the little like cozy corner to sit and
Hmm.
watch. Oh,
Yeah.
it'll
It's
be
exactly what
delightful.
will be happening.
Oh,
Exactly.
yes.
To the
That's
T.
how it's gonna be done. Without a doubt. I cannot wait. Um, I can't wait for season 2 either. I've been enjoying obviously doing all the music. You guys know we love music. Doing the show this week and this show specifically was such a much needed break. It made my heart really happy.
Yeah.
So definitely, guys, if you stuck with the show, the episode this entire time, and you did not go watch the show, go watch it. You really should go watch it.
You should. It's great.
I
It's fantastic.
I think you'll love it, and if you don't, that's okay. Just, you listen to the
No,
episode,
it's
so
not.
that's it's fine.
No, no, it's not. Why are you still here? Go watch it
Because
right
they like us.
now.
It's
No.
fine to be here too.
Only after they've seen the show.
um, I
But no,
agree with
thank
that.
you
I agree with that.
for being here with us,
Yes. Tell us what
and
you thought of
sticking
the
it
show.
out. Absolutely. Tell us what you thought. Um, and some of your favorite
Yeah.
bits or favorite characters
Or what you hated. If you
or what you
disagree with us
hated.
about things, tell us
Yeah.
that too, because I love it. I love multiple sides. I love all the opinions. I like to know what you didn't like.
Yeah, follow us over on our socials on Instagram, TikTok, whatever you feel like. We might be on it if you
Hmm.
just look at Interpop Podcast. Um, and thank you so much for joining us. Also, we stream now on YouTube every
Yes.
Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern
Game
Standard
time.
Time.
Oh yes.
So but we played a little what we started we just playing a little game, little
Hmm.
a dating sim. It's really
Little
cute.
cozy dating sim.
Yes. So definitely come check that out. We've been enjoying that story. It's got a nice
Hmm.
little mystery going. Well, we kind of
Well,
completed that mystery
we did get
actually.
the mystery. We found the
We did
stalker.
finish the mystery. We found a stalker.
Yep.
We found a stalker.
Yep.
We got hit by a plane and then we found a stalker. So if you
Not
like
a
that
paper
type of
plane.
thing,
Let's wait a second.
no, 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 don't tell them. It'll build intrigue.
We got hit by a plane and we lived.
And live to tell the tale. Because
Can
we're
you
just that
imagine that
badass.
dating sim? How
You romance the plane that hit you.
romance the plane?
Uh-huh.
It's giving
Yeah,
Lost a
yeah.
little bit. Crash land dating sim. But definitely come check that out with us if you love a little cozy the way the game works. We're just doing the demo right now, but if you love a little cozy game, come check it out so that way when the game launches, you can go and play yourself.
It will be
Hmm.
playing plenty of other stuff and probably doing other stuff for
Yes.
the streams and whatnots and
Oh
nonsense.
yes.
So yeah, yeah.
Follow.
Come check us
Listen.
out. Absolutely. Watch
I'll have a
intently.
Celeste 2 day first hurting. It's in the
Yeah,
future. I can feel it.
yeah. But yeah, thank you everybody.
Thanks,
And
man. Yep.
we'll see you next week.
Next week. Yay. Bye.
Bye.